just want to say this for use. Um, this video is made for basically educational and awareness at this time. Um, this situation is not funny. Real discretion may be advised because it's going to be a lot of talking about people being essayed and different things like that. So if you are not a person that's interested in this, don't watch it. So y'all, we gonna get in the story about Kei'Mani. Kei'Mani Latigue. So basically what's going on is this is another 13-year-old that been a victim of the system not stepping in. The system was told about different things that's going on. Even the teacher, allegedly, the teacher said that she told them about it. Nobody said nothing. Nobody did anything to help her or to even intervene. Um, this is a very sad situation, and hopefully, I after what happened to um the other 13-year-old girl, hers, what was her name? I don't know who I'm talking about. God dang it, I can't even remember it. But I just had it in my mind. But after what happened to her, you would think that the system would stepped up and tried to like really help our young girls, and it seems like a lot of them is being felt victim even when people try to get help, and the help is not helping. This young girl was 13, just like the other young girl. I'm not understanding. I think 13 is the number that these guys are preying on at this time. Um, it's just a heartwarming story, and I have a video from him in 2019 where he basically was basically, to me, I feel as though this been going on for a while. This didn't just happen. This didn't just start it. I believe that it was going on for a minute. And basically, in 2019, he got on his little, I believe it was Instagram or Facebook account, and he was basically pouring out his heart. And I'm going to get into that too because we're going to watch the things that he said because I believe that this was already going on. They tried to blame the grandmother for it, but I don't. Right now, I don't know. Everything is up in the air, but it reminds me of the Nazaria Harris, and people came out, people spoke up, and nothing didn't happen until something happened. And what they need to do as of right now is look into the CPS situations because they're not taking a lot of these claims seriously. I believe, and in my opinion, that this shouldn't have happened again to another 13-year-old, and hopefully it don't happen again. But the father has been arrested. He was shot by SWAT, but we're going to get into what the grandmother and her aunt said. So let's jump into that. Make sure y'all hit the likes and subscribe if you already haven't. I know this is a different story for a lot of my followers, but we have to bring awareness to this situation by any means. So let's get into one of the news clips in reference to the young lady. Alright, here we go with this all over again. I'm gonna have to play my stuff backwards. So this is the mom and the grandmother basically saying basically what happened, and this is a bad story. This is really tragic that this happened to this young lady. Nobody, no children
Confirm
were.
if that man is Darnell Jones. Here's what the FOP president had to say.
When I heard about this case, this was an individual wanted for homicide out of Toledo. I called my union counterpart in Toledo. I said, hey, good news, we have your guy. Your guy committed a murder, chose to fled to our town. I'll tell you right now, the wrong town to come to if you murder somebody. Our SWAT team will go out looking for you.
We are working right now to confirm if the man shot this morning is Darnell Jones. He's wanted for the murder of 13-year-old Kei'Mani Latigue. We'll keep you updated as we learn more. And just a short time ago, our Silver Barker exclusively interviewed Kei'Mani's grandmother and legal guardian, and then Kei'Mani's aunt. Here's what they both had to say.
Ever wondered what your home looks like from space? Enter your address and get a 360-degree satellite view of your home.
So my first question for you, yesterday, lots of things was going on. We want to know specifically at your home, there was a lot of speculation online that you were being arrested, but when we checked with police, that was not the case. So can you further clarify on exactly what did happen yesterday at your home?
Well, I was called and told that there was a mob of people in front of my house. They were angry. It was more or less the people that were here earlier waiting to see if it was Kei'Mani that was in the home. And basically some people from the neighborhood had contacted me and said that there was a mob in front of my house and they were talking about what they were going to do to me once I came home. So the police, the detective said that she would have a unit come out and help me get my things and more or less escort me off the property. I asked to be handcuffed just so they can get the away from my property.
Are you scared?
So no, I was never arrested. I was taken downtown, but I was never arrested.
Are you scared for your safety right now?
I am.
So right now, this is the grandmother that had custody of the young girl. So basically, the young girl didn't get killed in her home. Allegedly, while she was at work, because she works overnight and leaves the 13-year-old girl in there, which I don't believe that is safe to do. She's a 13-year-old young girl. I wonder how long she's been staying in the house overnight by herself. Anyway, just allegedly by herself, because I don't know what's all the dynamics of who live in the house, but it sounds like she was by herself once she told the story. But her community is very angry with her. And they believe that she had something to do with it, and they was saying that they was going to blow up her house. They was telling her what they going to do when they did the candlelight vigil. I'm going to show y'all a little bit of that too. They wanted to attack her. So right now she is in police protection for her safety.
What are some of the things that you've been hearing and receiving from people?
They said they was going to blow up my house. They said they was going to do harm to me. It's just been a barrage of different things that they've been stating.
And now, yesterday, let's backtrack first for a little bit. So you are the guardian of Kei'Mani, or you were the guardian of Kei'Mani, correct?
I am the legal guardian of Kei'Mani.
Okay. So in terms of taking care of her, when was Kei'Mani placed under your care?
A year ago.
So you take care of her?
She's been in my home for the past 5.5 years, but I just obtained legal custody of her a year ago.
Were you and Kei'Mani close?
We were.
What were some of the things, trying to think of her and paint a memory of her in a good light, right now with everything that's going on, what was Kei'Mani like? Tell me a little bit about how Kei'Mani was in the time that you've got to know her.
Kei'Mani was phenomenal. Kei'Mani was a helper. Like, she was older than what she appeared to be. Like, you know how they say somebody has an old soul? She was that. She loved older music. She loved playing video games. She loved the friends and family that she was allowed to be around. She played basketball for Spring Elementary. She was highly intelligent. So I'd like to clear up the mental issue statements. No, she was not mentally ill in any way. We had her, assessed, and they didn't feel as if anything was wrong with her mentally. So that was not an issue. But back to Kei'Mani, she would, like, say, for instance, someone would come over and they had children. They didn't have to worry about their kids because Kei'Mani immediately embraced them and would play with them, kid stuff. She was phenomenal. Like I said, she was like no other kid her age.
What school did Kei'Mani go to?
She went to Spring Elementary.
And we were told that at that time she was doing good in school as well too, correct?
She was. She had brought her grade point average up from a 3.4 to a 3.9. And actually they were going to have an award ceremony for the basketball players today at 5:30, but when I divulged to them that she had passed, they've rescheduled it. She was going to receive her trophy for being, on the team and stuff.
And she has a birthday that's coming up, correct?
Her birthday is Friday.
And she would have been turning 14.
She would have been 14.
Did you have any plans for her birthday?
We were going to have her a large birthday party because it would have been her first birthday where, once again, all of my children were together and could participate in the party. Her mom was supposed to come and everything. So I asked her early on, what type of party do you want? She said she wanted a basketball themed party. So that's what I bought. Things that revolved around her playing basketball. I'm still receiving stuff in the mail for that.
So there's been some confusion now in terms of when it comes to family, who's her biological father, who is her biological mother, and then also was she in the foster care system? Can you clear up a little bit of all of that? When Kei'Mani was placed in your care, when is the LCCS? Who exactly did she come from?
So just a little backdrop. Kei'Mani's mother is basically her daughter. They do not have a good relationship, as they should. And like she stated, this year on her birthday would have been all her children together and this, that, and the third. Whereas though Kei'Mani would have been happy, just to see all her relatives and all of this stuff. Because at the beginning, if you heard some family members, she was not allowed to be around, but as I'm guessing because of the tension or whatever the mom and the grandmother was going through. So obviously, there was some issues there, whereas though she only couldn't been around certain family members.
And how did she?
She came from her other legal guardian. I choose not to state her name, but she came from her other legal guardian because the other legal guardian and I were best friends. The other legal guardian is my daughter, Kei'Mani's mom, godmother. And we had already discussed early on, because she's been with.
Why are women everywhere choosing Abby X, the new tummy tuck alternative?
I got the tummy tuck results without the tummy tuck downtime.
Get a flat, tight tummy with Sonobello's new.
This person, since she was 9 months old, my daughter has never really had custody of Kei'Mani. So she's been with this person since she was 9 months old until, like I said, maybe 5.5 years ago. Now, off and on, this person, we would interact and, do different things with her, for her, or I would contact her and tell her, well, I need this, or Kei'Mani would like that. And she would come by and oblige, and we would commence. It's just too much.
Earlier you mentioned when you were talking about what Kei'Mani was like, you had mentioned that when family members did come over, who were allowed around her. Can you expand on that? Is there family members that weren't allowed around her?
No, it's just not very many that came around, and those that did, she acted, as far as I'm concerned, she acted accordingly. She embraced all children, bad or good. Okay, next question.
So now we do know that Darnell, people are looking for Darnell Jones right now. The police are looking for Darnell Jones, and there's an arrest warrant out for him. Do you have any idea of his whereabouts?
Oh, well, to my knowledge, he was just arrested in Columbus. He just recently had a shootout with the police in Columbus. They're saying that he confessed to her murder, and no, I take that back. They're saying that he confessed to her rape and slitting her throat.
That's it.
How does it feel to learn that?
I can't even say.
As the police report mentions, Kei'Mani was last seen with Darnell. Do you have any regrets of letting Kei'Mani go with, as you're her guardian, do you have any regrets of letting Kei'Mani go with Darnell?
I do, only because, like I said, I feel deceived. I feel like this was pre-planned. I feel like you meant to do this. I feel like you was grooming her.
When you say grooming her, is there things that you saw before this leading
No,
up?
I never saw anything out the ordinary. But when molesters decide to choose prey, they groom you first. So they give you gifts. They try and make you comfortable with them. They try and say little things to you that you and they can keep secret. And then eventually they pounce.
Now, once again, the CPS situation was called in reference to this situation. I don't know how many times, but I know that the teachers reached out, and basically there was nothing done. And this is why this is very important, because this is a whole nother 13-year-old girl, just like Naziah Harris. Our people reached out to the CPS and there was nothing done. A lot of people were saying that they should basically hold CPS accountable for not really stepping in. Hey, what's up, Swecko? For not stepping in and not doing anything in reference to the situation. And a lot of times, these systems that is put in place to help kids, it seems like they don't come in or help until something happens. And a lot of times, people try to prevent things from happening, and they do not. They just drop the ball, basically. Because somebody already called them, which was a teacher from a school. And tried to basically intervene and help this young girl. And they dropped the ball. Like, I'm not understanding what is going on with the CPS stuff, but it sure enough have to be looked in and revamped for the kids' safety, because this shouldn't have happened again. The Naziah Harris case went all the way around the world. MSN, CNN. This situation shouldn't have happened again nowhere. In none of these states. They need to do a big old, the FBI need to look at them. Because this shouldn't have happened again.
And that's how I feel that, oh God, how all of this is played out, I feel that's what happened. She was a virgin. She didn't like boys.
There's also comments, and we're just trying to address those and get those addressed, but there's comments online and speculation again that, you know, Kei'Mani, her home situation, she was abused. What do you have to say to that?
Okay, abuse in whose eyes? Because she was not abused. Yes, she was chastised whenever she was wrong or did things wrong. Other than that, she was not abused. She was not just whooped for no reason or just because I felt like it. I've went through this twice because the school system had contacted CSB on her behalf when she went to Bennett Academy. And they came in, they did a case study and closed it. They've stated there's a way to chastise children without physically harming them, and you need to whoop them on their behind, nowhere else. So, okay, with that in mind, I knew that.
Do you know the US Solar Company's nasty little secret? It turns out if you live in Maryland, they have to give you solar panels for absolutely no net cost.
So she didn't have like bruises all over.
How long ago was that when they came into your home?
I would say.
So now this is I'm gonna get into the teacher stuff tomorrow because I got a lot to play today. But I'm gonna get into the teacher stuff tomorrow. But the teacher did say that the young girl had bruises coming to school and this, that, and the third. She did say that. So the grandmother's admitting that she did get whippings, which some of these kids need. And this is probably why a lot of these kids out here acting all crazy and don't have no respect for nobody because ain't nobody whipping they, you know. But she did admit to, you know, spanking her.
The latest, it was approximately 7 months ago.
And so you say the latest. So was it a few times that they came into your home?
It was twice total.
So twice total that they came into your home. Check. Okay. And it was all for like you mentioned, what you just said earlier.
Yes.
Explaining. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Now, in terms of, you know, this whole situation, so you were not arrested, correct? And that's
correct.
What, you know, a lot of people seem to think as they saw you going out in customs. That's what you asked for.
What's up, Creole?
Yes.
Right. Okay, so my first question for you, can you tell me your relation?
This is the aunt Alright, y'all, I'm back. This thing just bounced me out. Sorry about that, y'all. Let's get back into it. Can you hear me? Oh yeah. Y'all can hear me, y'all can hear me. Alright, yeah, but the father did this to her. Um and tried to get away with it. But people was blaming it on the grandmother, which I don't believe that the grandmother had anything to really do with that. I thought Creole style. Make sure y'all hit the likes for me, please. You say I thought I was going deaf. Uh all right. Let's get back into it. Let's get back into it. My bad, y'all. Look. They might kick me out again. I don't know why I keep doing this. This is so crazy. Give me 1 second. Oh my goodness. This is what they gonna do to me again. I'm starting to really be mad with this thing on computer. It say user has been blocked. Click screen icon to address the bar. I don't know what they doing to me over here. I'll just keep getting sabotaged. They don't love me no more. Man. Alright, we might have to come back to that video, but I'm gonna show y'all this. Now this was in 2019. This is the father. This is the father in 2019, and this is basically what he had posted. On his Facebook page, which was very disturbing. This was very disturbing to me. I don't know what's going on. Let's go to acting crazy the other day. Come on. Give me what I want.
Something mental, you know what I'm saying? I'm going through something mentally and physically fucked up with him.
Man, I'm back again. If we do it one more time, I'm just going to try to get in the mall. I don't know. I got something probably wrong with this daggone box. My Wi-Fi box, because this shouldn't keep on happening. This ain't never happened before, and I'm not liking it. Alright, so let's get back into the dead. Like I said, this was 2019. He was on here in reference to his mental health situation. He stated himself that he was going through some different things. And again, this was going on in 2019. And I believe, allegedly, my belief that this was a part of what was going on with him. And this is why I believe that this was going on before. You know, before this situation happened, before she got unalive, I believe that this was going on before. So let's play.
You know what I'm saying? I'm going through something mentally and physically fucked up with me. I ain't been feeling the same. Ain't nothing wrong, man. Just, I don't know. There's a lot of shit that's on my chest that I can't control. It ain't
Right there. There's a lot of shit that's going on my chest that I cannot control. Now, this to me seems like he was dealing with this stuff and he was already doing this before. The mother already has said that she used to let him go over. She used to let Kei'Mani go over there on weekends and spend time with this man, which is her father. Which, I mean, nobody in their right mind is gonna be like, oh, your father gonna molest you and do this stuff to you and da 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 boo boo boo. Nobody's thinking that because that's your family, that's your father, who wanted to keep you from your dad, you know. But obviously something has been going on, and I believe this was him kind of like coming out and admitting it. But again, this was in 2019. None of this was addressed and none of this was talked about into now, which is 2025. But definitely something sounds sus to me.
like, I don't know how to explain it, man. All I gotta do is just keep trying to stay good, be good, man. That's all.
Trying to stay good. You got another.
I just want to be.
So did y'all hear what he said? Did y'all understand what he said? I believe that he knew that this was wrong. I believe that this was already going on. This was not the first time, and this, well, if she didn't get unalive, it probably wouldn't have been the last time. But you can tell definitely some demons is on his ass. Some demons is eating him up, and he can't really explain it. He don't even know what's going on, but he know at this point. I believe he know that he done fucked up. So I believe that this been going on before last week.
Over with. I hate the way I think. I hate the way I see things.
You hear him? He said, I hate the way I feel. I hate the way I say things. This shit was already happening. This stuff should have already been addressed. Oh, man.
And all I do is sit back and try to just act like I don't see shit. Because if I do something about it, I'm going to jail. I'm the one getting in trouble.
I want to hear that again. I want to just hear that again. Because either he's seen something or he knows something. But right now, he's being charged with it. And allegedly, the grandmother said that he admitted to doing some things.
I just want it to be over with. I hate the way I think. I hate the way I see things. And all I do is sit back and try to just act like I don't see shit. Because if I do something about it, I'm going to jail. I'm the one getting in trouble.
Man, how y'all feel about that? Like, I believe that this was his feelings then, before all of this came out to play. He already said it. He the one going to jail. He said it out of his own mouth. Ain't nobody had to say it for him. He said it. And that's what happened. Let's try to get back into the auntie, what the auntie had to say. This is Kei'Mani's auntie. Kei'Mani. I said Kei'Mani. But this is her auntie. Let's finish this video with the news. Let me see. All right, there you go.
For her father to come through and deceive us just to get to Kei'Mani in some sexual way or a harmful way, that hurts me to the fullest. At the point I feel like I failed her. Me as being her aunt, a person that she could run to and tell anything and everything to. That was my girl, that was my baby. And to hear all of this, to know all of this, and to be going through all this and hearing it for as long as that it went on, it's very devastating. I see so many people that are supposed to be my family that's going against my mom and me for that instance, and saying like, oh, you know, she failed her, she had something to do with it, she had this and that. It doesn't matter at this point. For right now, and until we get justice for Kei'Mani, it's all about Kei'Mani. What I would like to say is there's a lot of people on the internet starting GoFundMes, and that's not what we need right now, because it's not what Kei'Mani needs. The funeral home has objected to say that they're going to come and pay for everything, so there's no need for any GoFundMe pages, any of that. Everything is being taken care of that needs to be taken care of by her family, her immediate family.
So who she's talking about when she say her immediate family, meaning her mom, which is the grandmother, and her was basically in her life immediately. But the mom basically, I think her name Turner Caston or Tiara Caston, but she started GoFundMe pages allegedly for basically money for Kei'Mani's funeral, and they supposed to have a birthday celebration for her this weekend. So that's why she was saying about the GoFundMe pages, because they're definitely out there.
Does it upset you that there are GoFundMes? Some of them, I think, in cases might be scams too as well that are going around.
What upsets me is that people are starting these GoFundMe pages and putting Kei'Mani name underneath it, and they know that it's going to get viewed, and people have sympathy and feel some type of way about that. And some of them can be scams, but I know some of them have come from family members. When just let the immediate family handle that. Like, what y'all gonna do with the money if y'all not turning it into the funeral home? There's no need. Let us handle it. Y'all just sit back and give us the emotional support that we need. That's what we need right now. As a family, as a community, we should all come together and just give each other the emotional support that we honestly need. And that's just what I asked for everybody to, calm down, breathe. I know this is a hard time, because it's not just a hard time for y'all. This is a rough time for me. I just need y'all to come together and understand that we need each other as a community, as a family, and emotional support is what we need the most in this situation.
Yesterday the crowd was, if you were here, I'm assuming, the crowd was very upset, lots of emotions going through too, especially at this time with such a sensitive situation. We've heard multiple comments out in the crowd, attacking or pointing fingers at your mom. So, what has it been like finding her support system and helping her out?
In a way, you have to be mature enough to decide, am I going to follow along with the crowd, or am I going to, stick around with the loner? I'm to the point where I'm not following nobody. I'm going with what's right. If it was your mother, if it was your niece, would you console your mother? Would you console the person that was closest to her, who lived with her? I'm not out to have a torch and the pitchforks and all out to go against anybody except the person who did this, which I believe was her father, Darnell. I don't have any other anger pushed towards anybody else. I'm angry that this happened, but I'm angry at the person who did this.
Do you know if, have you been in contact with Tiara, the mother?
Yeah, I've been in contact with my sister. It's been briefly. It's been over through text. Like I said, I live in Indianapolis. I seen her yesterday, but that was very brief. It wasn't even more than 5 minutes. It was more or less that she wanted to show me my other niece, Kazaria, which is Kei'Mani's youngest sister. But it wasn't like it was oh, sis, what are we going to do, any of that. And I don't wish this on nobody. I really don't. I could, your mind go different places when it's a baby. That was a baby. Like I said, I have a very close relationship with Kei'Mani. She was a tomboy. She wasn't out looking for, trying to be fast or, mischievous or any of that. So for her mother to come down and have all this to say and all that. Tiara, where was you for the past 4 years? We haven't seen you since Kei'Mani TikTok party.
Switching tax services can be a drag and drop. At H&R Block, switching to us couldn't be quicker or easier.
You haven't called her? You haven't sent her anything? You haven't said, oh, baby, I'm going to come get you for a weekend? We haven't seen you until this happened. Why we got to see you when it's a tragic moment?
And she's talking about Kei'Mani's real mom. And for real, she got on the news and said she just spent some time with her daughter on the 15th. And they chilled and had fun and jumped on each other. This is her words that came out her mouth. And she was upset that she didn't get to identify her child's body. And it doesn't work like that. Just because you're her mom and you haven't been around, allegedly, that they were saying, they let her guardian basically identify her body, which was the grandmother, and her grandmother went in there and identified her body. And basically, that was that. So, I'm not understanding, like, I know that that's her child, but at the end of the day, sometimes you have to be there too, you probably know her as a baby. And this is allegedly, this is my opinion, this is from what I heard and what I got from the case. But it's just a mess. This one is a mess too.
So Tierra, where do you stand?
And Tierra lives in Cleveland, correct?
Yes.
And so the past 4 years, you're saying there was very little communication.
Very, very minimum. It wasn't even, she'll call my mom. She'll go through me and say, have you talked to mommy? And I'm like, no, about what? And she'll say, oh, well, she got custody of Kei'Mani and she trying to get child support from me. So it wasn't that Tierra was concerned about Kei'Mani. It was more of the why she want child support from me.
What is the relationship between your mother and your sister, Tierra?
It's very distant. They had their words. They fought. Kei'Mani mother has a godmother that Kei'Mani was with before my mom got her. And there was no communication then from Tierra. I feel like Tierra just let her go. Because any mother would be on her toes to get her children back. That wasn't the case here. It just wasn't.
When was Kei'Mani taken away from Tierra?
I'll say about 7-8 months. And then Tierra godmother stepped in and got custody of Kei'Mani, which would have been around 9 months. Yeah, and Kei'Mani had been with that lady from 9 months all the way up until about, I'd say 5.5 years ago. So it wasn't like Tierra was actually in the picture, saying, hey, maybe I can start getting myself together to get my child back so nobody else can get her.
You ever worried for Kei'Mani's safety with any of the family members or anyone?
I wouldn't say I was worried because I was here. I was here every winter break, spring break, holidays, birthdays. I was here for Kei'Mani. Yes, you come and you enjoy time with your family, but I was here for my niece. I also brought my youngest sister and her 2 kids from Indianapolis to be here for Kei'Mani because we've been in the system before. So I know how it feels to feel like, dang, I'm at somebody's house or not feeling not wanted. I know those feelings. So I tried to give Kei'Mani that at all times because she's wanted and loved by her aunts. And this is just devastating that I have to go through this for the rest of my life and knowing I'll never have the embrace of my niece, the hey TT, what you doing? When you coming down here, I'll never get to hear that from my baby again. And that's what kills me the most. I just wish that when I was down here last that I had just taken her to Indianapolis with me. So this would have never happened.
So now we have a little insight about why the mom and Kei'Mani mom probably didn't get along. She probably, she said they was in, the system when they was young. So why was they in the system? Now we gotta check on that. That's another thing we're gonna bring up some stuff tomorrow. But the thing of it is, the sister still have animosity with the mother. She was out there the other day. I'm gonna play a little bit of that, but she was out there ripping and raging and all of this stuff, like in the crowd all the way like went to her because the mother was trying to come to see them actually bring Kei'Mani's body out, which they did and all of that, but it was a mess, a hot mess. This was a sad story. That's all I'm gonna say. And this is families, what I'm saying? At the end of the day, stuff shouldn't happen like this. Especially when people reach out to the system to get help from the system and the system let you down. And now you watching a baby's 13-year-old body getting carried out of a vacant unit. because that's basically what it was. Nobody seen him take her there. Nobody seen him take her out the house. Um, we gonna get back into some more of this.
A lot of things, woulda, coulda, shoulda, but at the end of the day, I just really wish that whatever.
Yes, Michael, and that's why they were saying like the grandmother had something to do about it or with it, because they were saying like how she didn't really have a lot of emotions. But if you look at the grandmother, she had little emotions, but I guess she didn't want to cry on the camera or show all her emotions out on the camera, because some people just not like, I don't know how to explain it. They want to be strong for the cameras. Don't nobody really want to be all out of control. But sometimes when stuff like this happen, you be all over the place. I'm trying to tell you. But the grandmother and the daughter, look at her. She is really crying. She's really hurt, And she just wants the family to be a family again. But sorry to say that they will never be a family again. The mother and the grandmother already had issues, so she might have forgave her mother for having them in the system or having them in situations, or, what I'm saying. The other sister probably didn't, but my whole thing is you felt so safe to have your mother basically be the guardian of your child too. Yeah, more divided, because that's what it is going to be now. But my thing is, you listen. When you give your child up for guardianship, if you don't go to court to fight it or try to make it right or agree with it or whatever, they're going to put that child with whoever is trying to stand up for them. If you wasn't there, see, we don't know all the whole dynamics. It might come out and it might don't. But at the end of the day, that was your child. Your mother probably did the best that she could. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day. But it probably wasn't enough. You know what I'm saying? Probably wasn't enough. The mom could have probably did more. Find out what's going on. First of all, I'm not leaving no 13-year-old child. I don't care if I work at night, I'm going to need another job, or you're going to have to change my hours. I need to work while she in school, because she was old enough to be in school. Why would I have a night job with a 13-year-old child in my home? Do you know what 13-year-olds can do? Party time, have fun, but all of that. Like, I was 13 before. What? Come on now. I wouldn't have did that. That I wouldn't even felt safe with leaving a 13-year-old in the house by themselves overnight. You don't even know how many people know that, she work at night. You don't know how many people be pondering and plotting in their mind to run up in their house with a 13-year-old girl up in there. Again, I don't know if she was in there by herself, so this is all allegedly. But still, I need to know what's going on. My child going to school, I can go to work. That way, at night, we can be there together, and I can see what they doing. We can see what we doing, have homework, and do that stuff, and blase, blase, boom. But I don't agree with that. No, the mother neglected her. I believe that. No, I'm talking about far as the grandmother and the job overnight with a 13-year-old home at night, all night, by themselves. No. I don't agree with that.
happened. And whoever did this, y'all didn't have to do that to her. There's plenty of people out here with, grown people that put themselves out there to be, the sex workers or whatever it may be. You didn't have to do this to a child. There was nothing that Kei'Mani would have done to make you hurt her.
Now, maybe if she was like 15, 16, I believe like, all right, that's cool. You can probably stay in the house by yourself. But at 13, not knowing, we still don't know how long the grandmother had an overnight job. This could have been going on since that girl was 9 years old. You know what I'm saying? We don't know how long she was leaving her or had an overnight job, whereas though this girl is being left alone. That's not cool. That's not cool. Only way that I feel like that's cool, I believe like, I don't know, yo. It's hard. It's hard. It's hard. I just I don't know.
So she was a very timid kid, tomboyish, reserved. She wasn't, loud and out there. So it's just devastating that me and my family have to go through this.
Is there anything else that you would like to add at this time in the interview? Anything else that I didn't ask, maybe?
I just want people to understand that family is family, and at the end of the day, don't be so eager to go against your family. Talk to your family and talk to the children. These children may be scared to talk to the parents about things that's going on or what may be going on because they feel like they may get in trouble. But make it known that to your kids that you can talk to me. Make it very open. You can talk to me about any and everything. Because that's what these kids need to hear nowadays. Instead of going on social media and talking to somebody over social media about it, like he did this or she may done that. Talk to your family because they can handle. They're the adults that's supposed to handle it. So yeah, and it's forever Kei'Mani.
And to be clear, right now, Darnell Jones has been charged with murder, abduction, and felonious assault. There have been no criminal charges filed regarding any sexual crimes at this point. We also just got information about Kei'Mani's cause of death. The coroner says she died from multiple incised wounds of the neck. She was pronounced dead shortly after noon yesterday. We'll have much more.
So I didn't want to really play that part. But from what they were saying is she was unalived by, I don't want to say it. I don't even know how to say it. Wait a minute, let me think. Well, how to say it. I know her hands was cut off, and basically her neck was almost severed from her body. So allegedly he pleaded to those things. And sexual assault. For why though? Like, why would you do that? And this is his arrest. All right, where is that? Let me see. was arrested. He tried to flee Toledo. But SWAT got his butt. What? I don't know. Already had it all set up. There we go. I'm waiting for it to come up on here.
Police say they had been trailing him for at least 2 days and shot him after some type of confrontation. We thank you for joining us today for NBC4 at 5. I'm Jared Smalley.
And I'm Sarah Johnson in for Jennifer Bullock. NBC4's crime and safety reporter Anna Hoffman is live in Victorian Village where this all happened. Anna, folks in that neighborhood are helping us better understand what played out there.
Yeah, they are, Sierra, and people I spoke to who live here in the Victorian Village neighborhood, they say they are shocked. The intersections here at Denison and 2nd Avenues where the shooting happened, it was closed off for hours.
It's not coming up.
Police say that Jones is going to be okay and no officers were injured.
Shots fired. Shots fired. Denison is 2nd.
You can hear 5 shots fired in this security video we obtained from a Victorian
I don't know.
resident.
It's not
This
playing,
is the
y'all.
moment Columbus police SWAT officers confronted a man wanted for murder.
Okay, see it. Yeah, but he's definitely arrested. And he was shot by SWAT, but they said that he'll be okay once he recover. He's going to jail, and he's being arrested for those things. Like, I'm just so frustrated. Because I just can't believe that this happened again.
In her short 13 years.
Alright, let me see. I can't get that one. Let me see what's going on. That is. Let's see what else is happening right now. Alright, I gotta wait till this load. Oh, rest in peace, little baby.
Kei'Mani was enrolled in 6 different schools, and tonight we're hearing from some of the people from those schools who say she came to school with potential signs of abuse.
Michael Sandlin joins us. Michael, what did they have to say to you?
Well, Kaylee, Jeff, they say they tried to sound the alarm and it fell on deaf ears. I spoke to a classmate of Kei'Mani's who says she tried to tell a teacher, and I spoke to a teacher who says she tried to tell CSB. In both instances, the person they tried to help is now gone.
She came to school with.
And CSB is Child Protective Service in, their area. That's who CSB is, y'all.
Bruises on her arms.
That's 7th grader Imani Fisher, a classmate of Kei'Mani's from her most recent school, Spring Elementary. Fisher says she would often see Kei'Mani come into class with visible markings, so she and other students decided to say something to a teacher.
She said she would deal with it, but I don't think nothing happened.
TPS representatives say they have no records of abuse against Kei'Mani to either CSB or TPD. But it's also not the first time someone has raised concerns about what was going on inside Latigue's home. Kayleen Harabedian was her 6th grade English teacher at Bennett Venture Academy, the last school she attended before spring. Harabedian says she also spotted visible markings and bruises on Kei'Mani.
It's hard because especially in a role like education, your day doesn't end at 3:30. You take these things home with you. They weigh on you. I'm a parent myself, and I tried my best to make sure that she was removed from that environment.
Harabedian claims she put in multiple calls to CSB. Kei'Mani's grandmother and legal guardian Dorothy Latigue says they did come knocking on her door, but she denies there was any abuse in the home.
I've went through this twice because the school system had contacted CSB on her behalf when she went to Bennett Academy. And they came in, they did a case study and closed it. They've stated there's a way to chastise children without physically harming them, and you need to whoop them on their behind, nowhere else. So, okay, with that in mind, I knew that.
It's important to note Dorothy Latigue is currently not charged with any crime, and Kei'Mani was.
So what, she was beating her, like, I mean, come on now, everybody, like, come on, for real. So, if that was what she said a couple months ago, like about 7 months ago, so she just turned probably 13. So you was already beating her when she was like 12 and 11. So, and this is another thing. That's why I want to get into her. I'm gonna do a little background on her because I want to know why her kids, which out of her daughter's own mouth, said that she know how I feel to be in the Child Protective Services or the CPS or whatever they call it there. So what you know what I'm saying? What caused y'all to be there? Or what caused you to be there? Or what caused the children to be there? Because at the end of the day, you gotta look at it too. If she abused her kids in the past, she gonna abuse these kids or her grandkids. So, I mean, all of this could have been avoided, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, all of this could have been avoided. Y'all, make sure y'all hit the likes and subscribe if you already haven't for the replay gang. Thank you. The replay gang. But, yeah. A lot of this probably could have been avoided. Probably, you know. But yeah, let's listen to the rest of this.
Was allowed to continue living with her following the alleged CSB check-in.
It just fell on deaf ears, and I think that had she been investigated more, this was looked more into, she would 100% be alive today.
Wednesday morning, a new piece of graffiti has been sprayed on the burned-out home where Kei'Mani's body was found. CSB, where's your accountability? A question city council members like Susanna McPherson are asking now as well.
I want to hear from CSB. We all do. What happened? What was the missing link? Where was the disconnect?
We reached out to Lucas County Children's Services to see if they had any reports of abuse against Kei'Mani. They tell us that any reports they might have would be protected by Ohio privacy laws and would not be fit for public reporting. However, they tell us they're planning on holding a press conference Friday morning so they can clear the air. Reporting in East Toledo, I'm Michael Sanon for WTOL 11.
What happened? Absolutely. Cool, baby. That's why I said this stuff could have been avoided. this just was it was a sad case. I'm just sorry that this young lady had to go through this. You know. Now everything's working, so guys, it's just sad to see stuff like this happening. All around the world. And it's happening to our children. It's not happening. The kids is really suffering. You know, kids on kids crime, kids out here just hurting other people, stealing people's stuff. It's just really sad. You know, the kids supposed to be our future. You know. So, let me see this. I have a video from when they was bringing her little, is this the one? I got another video I'm about to play, y'all. And then I'm gonna get up out of here. Because they did have a visual for her, which was nice. And I seen a video earlier of them basically bringing her body out of that house. I'm not gonna play that because that was absolutely sad. You know, even though they tried to cover her up real good, but it was just still. I wouldn't play that, but I did watch it. But I'm gonna play a video of her little memorial service. Well, not memorial. What it was like a candlelight visual. I'm gonna say that. That's it. Yeah. They did like a little memorial for her. And as y'all can see while we was talking earlier, you can see basically them in the background putting balloons and teddy bears and all of that stuff. People was basically putting that stuff up behind us while the mother and the auntie was talking. People was still like putting stuff on her little memorial, basically where she was brought out at. I'm not sure. I haven't heard anything about where they're gonna hold the birthday celebration. Probably in that same vicinity or that same area where you know, she was found at. But I don't know, but I'm gonna try to have some updates and keep y'all posted with this story. This is their story, y'all. But make sure y'all keep your children tight, your grandkids, love on them. You don't know when they'll be your last day or theirs. You know, we getting older now, and times are changing. It's like the kids are being targeted more than anybody else at this point. And it's just sad.
Okay, we're going to go into prayer, everybody, so everybody can bow their heads. Lord Heavenly Father, we come this evening. We come in your mercy. Lord, we come for some understanding and some peace.
Yes, Lord.
Lord Heavenly Father, we don't have the answer to why this has happened.
Yes,
but
Lord.
we know that you will take care of
Yes.
this situation. You are all power, almighty.
Yes.
She just was a vessel to us. She's returned back to you. She has soared her wings.
Yes, Lord.
She say, I'm free. When you look up, I won't complain.
Yes,
and she didn't complain. Yes. She's gone on to a better place. City of Toledo, we got to do better. We got to come together. as a whole. It takes a village to raise these babies. I want this house down. Yes. I don't want to wait 3 months for this house to come down. I know that there is a further investigation. I want justice for this baby. She deserves justice. I don't care about Darnell Jones and what he's enduring in Columbus. I need you to bring that young man back here and let God take him home. Because the vengeance belongs to the Lord. It does not belong to us. This baby was loved, and she will continue to be loved. So as we leave here today, don't be disencouraged, but be encouraged.
Yes.
Weeping come at night, and joy will come in the morning.
Yes.
He'll never leave us or forsake us in our time of need.
No.
And we are in a time of need. They say a family that prays together stays together. So I want everybody to grab hands and tell somebody, you are loved.
Yes, Lord, you are
and you
loved.
will always be
You will
loved.
always be loved.
She was loved. She was loved. Don't give up on your babies. Walk with your babies. I've lived here all my life. And I've never seen anything like this.
Never.
I went through this with Brenda Novo. It hurts. I'm a grandmother. And everybody that played a role in this baby and what happened to this baby. I want justice. I want them to answer.
Yes, Lord.
No mother should have to go to bed at night knowing she got to lay her child away. We entrust our system. We don't give it to Wade. We don't give it to our council. We give it to each and every last one of y'all standing out here that are grandparents, that are mothers. If your children are trying to talk to you, if they're going through something, listen to them. Don't turn them away. Don't throw them out. She trusted. She trusted somebody. And she was failed. She was failed. We're not going to look at CSB today and what they should have, could have did.
She was failed. I don't know if y'all caught them with they spray painted on the side of the wall for a I think it's CBS or something like that, need to be held accountable. Which they should. But yeah, I believe that I ain't gonna say, I think she was let down by all her handlers. And then when the people from Protective Services or whatever they do, when they stepped in and said something should have been done. And obviously, once again, they let us down again with another baby. Like, these are babies for real. They don't even have a chance. 13, you just beginning to be a teenager. And I believe that some of these men, because this is another 13-year-old that's unalive. And there's plenty of other children that is missing that we still don't even know where they are. So I believe that CPS or CBS or whatever they call it there, because mostly every city might be called something different, but they need to step their game up. Family accountability, that too. You know what I'm saying? The family, sometimes you can see the difference in the action of the kid, and that's probably what was going on. That's probably why she was getting a beating. She was acting out instead of the grandmother trying to find out what's really going on, what's the root of the problem, because the root of the root can be fixed if you figure it out, instead of beating her. The girl says she don't even like basketball. She just was playing it just to, once she get out of school, it's somewhere to go, it's a safe haven. We're going to get into all of that tomorrow with her coach and her teacher. Oh, man, it's just sad. But people did reach out and try to do the right thing. But, the grandmother, I'm going to just say this. We got to look into more about the grandmother. And definitely, I'm going to have to get up on that. If our classmates see her abused her, why the family not in Washington? Too many schools. Because I believe that when the school started saying stuff about her being abused and seeing bruises on her, I believe that the grandmother moved her out of those schools. And then she already incriminated herself and said, well, they did say that I can chastise her, but I cannot put no bruises on her. But so you already admitted, basically, to my acknowledgement, allegedly, in my opinion, that you know that you did put some bruises on this young lady. And this is why the people was caught. So, it's just a lot. Her family dropped the ball. The grandmother, every day is some more stuff coming out. You know, so I'm just picking up this situation. We're going to try to follow it a little bit and see what's going to go on with this. But it's getting out of control.
Right. Because guess what? There's so many beautiful babies out here that rely on us to keep this going. Amen. Amen. Wake up, the city of Toledo. Right. We didn't make national news for good. For the good, we made it for those bad. Amen. It hurts. It hurts. My heart go out to the family. My condolences. As we leave here today, guys, remember this beautiful baby. Amen. Don't ever forget her. Don't let her name go. God bless. God bless you. Thank you.
Y'all won't believe what just came out about Young Jock, Kendra Robinson, and Lil
Yeah. When I say, if you see something, say something. Even if you gotta go viral or say something on the YouTube, on the TikTok, and stuff like that, because it seems like a lot of these people that's working for the government, they not caring about us. We can make it known on the social media like we've been doing from different prospects of cases. If people don't talk about it, people don't know about it. And the more and more people talk about it, the more awareness it gets out there, and then people start picking it up and people start moving different. So definitely, y'all, we got to keep this shit going. You know, but I will definitely bring you up some updates tomorrow. I'm gonna try to do a little bit of homework, try to see what I can find and see what I can bring new. Because this again shouldn't have happened. You know, I don't want to blame everything on the grandmother at this point. I want to see what's in her background. I want to do, you know what I'm saying? I want to see what's going on with her. And why would, if she had the background that was full of mess, why would they even let the young 13-year-old go there with her? She had a CPS case when her kids were younger. So what make you think that it's okay to send this girl with the grandmother? Maybe that was all she had. Maybe that was, you know what I'm saying? Who knows? Who knows? But yeah, y'all. Rest in peace, Kei'Mani Latigue. Yes, y'all. Let's just keep the family in prayers, regardless if they did wrong or not, because we don't know the whole situation yet. Like I said, more and more coming out every day. So basically, y'all, I love y'all, and there's nothing that y'all can do about it. I'm about to get up out of here. Anybody have anything else last to say? Any final comments? If not, for the replay game, if y'all haven't already subscribed, please subscribe now. Now she will be loved and be cared of. Oh, with Jesus. Yes, 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 yes. But it said that she had to go out that way, you know. And I just don't like when people try to take people lives these days, because at the end of the day, let fate be fate. Let God take you when it's time. Don't let a man take you. You know what I'm saying? So it's just crazy. Even some of these women's out here shooting each other, and just, and then with kids, and just not caring. Oh, they think they not gonna get caught and stuff like that. You know, I be seeing so much stuff. It's ridiculous. Um, but yes, everybody be safe. Love your family. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for staying with me through my little technical difficulties. I love y'all. I wonder if her mother knows her father tendencies. That's another thing. That's what I'm saying. We gotta do some investigations. We gotta see, but every day something else different come out. Is the mother not once? And that's another thing. I'm gonna bring them what the mother said. The mother, not the grandmother and the auntie. I seen the video of that today, but I wanted to show that part because they was coming hard on the grandmother. They wanted to blow her up and kill her and unalive her. My bad. You know, so I just wanted to like spread some light on, you know, right now the grandmother's not been arrested, so at this point she's not seeming like she's in this case or had anything to do with the unalignment of her grandbaby. But we don't know. Where is her younger sister with the real mother? Because mind you, after she gave Kei'Mani up, she had kids after her. So I'm guessing, because look, Swecko, I heard so many different stories. I heard, allegedly, I'm going to just say allegedly, that the dude that they arrested is really not her father. I heard, allegedly, that the mother's boyfriend that she was messing with when her kids were younger is Kei'Mani's father. Like, I'm hearing many different stories. I'm not really like posting on it because I don't know and I'm not saying nothing, but that's what I heard allegedly, and that's why they were taking. But again, I want to go and see what do the mother have on her background to see what is really true and what's really not. You know, the mother only did one interview that I know of with the news people. You know, so we just want to get the facts. I don't really want to say nothing that, you know, is not factual. But I'm going to say that it's a lot going on. That's all I know. It's a lot going on. And from what I heard, allegedly, that it was more people staying in their house besides the grandmother and Kei'Mani. So, again, I'm have to do a little more searching and seeing what's going on. But this is just what I seen today. Well, yesterday, and I was like, oh, because I didn't get a chance to hit on the Nazaria Harvest story, which I wanted to, but I was so much into the Tiffany stuff. And then this one happened again. And I'm like, dang. I like stories like this. I love it. I love stories like this. Crime stories and stuff like this. This is my cup of tea. But the man was just so much a mess. I just was like, it was cool. It was funny. But yeah. Alright, y'all. I'm about to get up out of here though. The father may be innocent of the they allegedly they said that he confessed. He might be innocent, but why would he confess? There are many stories to choose from. Right. Right. But we're going to try to stick to the facts because the facts are the facts. But, again, he knows something. I don't believe he innocent. All of that crying and stuff he did on 2019 and this, that, and the third, I believe that he was doing something to that young girl before all of this happened. And I think it was just too much for him. Alright, but that's my cue, y'all. I gotta get up out of here. I love y'all. It's nothing y'all can do about it. Make sure y'all like and subscribe if y'all already haven't. And I'll talk to y'all later. Good night to the Bush babies. Bush babies in the house. Just make sure you hit the like. Thank you for coming.